already 6 minutes into. So maybe while we wait for others to join us here, maybe I should ask first if anybody tried out. I know a couple of people tried out the assignment I gave last time. So if it worked for you, let me know. I know Netro tried out, and two people reached out to me, and let me get the second person, and Abu Nash, yeah, Netro and Nash. So who else tried? Who else tried the assignment?
Are you
Um,
the installation of the Rust I say Rust Solana CLI, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, I just tried it this evening, so I haven't concluded. I'm just doing it right now.
Okay. Any other person tried it? Abu, did you get yours working? Hello? You muted, Abu.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm late.
It sounds
I
simple.
got mine working when I used the command. Mine worked. I successfully installed the Solana CLI, but then I had an issue somewhere when I was trying to use the Solana airdrop tool. It didn't actually
No,
work for me.
it didn't work for you. Okay,
Yes,
we'll
it
touch
didn't.
Yeah,
that.
same applies to me. The Solana airdrop was my issue too.
Okay, no problem. We're going to try that today. Let's see how it works. Um, Netro, did you try being neutral? Neutral.
I tried it, but I got to that stage of the wallet. That's why I ended. So, starting things like this when you are not familiar with it, I got
Okay.
I got worked up and I never tried it again.
The wallet part where you got issue with the wallet, I think that's same issue Abu had. Where you were asked to enter. I guess you asked to enter your passphrase. Yeah, you asked to enter your passphrase. So what you're expected to do is to enter a password, and I guess you'll be asked to like enter it 2 times. So when you get to that stage, maybe text me again. But what you're expected to do is to enter your password. Like a password isn't secure that passphrase. Sorry, secure your seed phrase, like your secret to your wallet.
Yeah,
So okay, so it seems at least 4 people, at least 3 people said that they tried it out. So because it's a tedious process, it's not something I want us to do in a conversation like this. Yeah, I want us to know what it takes to do it and then go practice it. It's not that difficult, yeah. And I'll also ask you guys to try as much as you can to join this Solana super team group. There's a lot of supportive group out there. So Victor, if you're interested, reach out to Victoria. She's going to direct you guys on how to go about it. It's a nice place so that you don't work in isolation. Yeah. So please, just as much as you can, just try to join the super team group before I don't set a deadline, but just try as much as you can to do that. So for this week, we're going to be doing a little bit of command line functions. We're going to be calling some Solana functions. So you see how it is. What we're going to be doing is going to be very, very basic. Very, very basic. No plenty, no plenty tax today. So maybe just one hello world kind of program on Solana. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, and then I hope you guys remember when I showed you guys the Solana playground. You guys remember? You can always unmute
yeah,
and speak out, please.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what we'll be going. That's what we'll be using a lot of that today. Let me just run you guys through my slides for today. So I'll be sharing my screen. Um, um, give me a minute. Okay. So today we're just going to learn about the Solana environment, and the first thing is concerning setting up environment. I believe you guys did install Solana, or something I forgot to also ask you guys to try and do was installing Rust. Did anybody attempt that? Nobody did. Okay. Please, I'll be available, yeah, on Twitter. You guys should try installing Rust and Solana. Yeah, if there's any question, reach out to me. Abu reached out to me. I was able to help him with installing Solana. So I want you guys to have Solana and Rust on your local device. Yeah. So I need to be checking this message often. Okay, someone said he had it installed already. Okay. Okay. So I would like to mention also other tools we use in working, which are IDEs or code editors. So I would like you guys to also talk when I'm talking as well. Have anybody tried any something like Visual Studio Code here? You tried it, just say something.
Yes. Well, it's been a while. Yes.
Okay, one person said he has tried it.
Yes. I've tried it.
Okay, two persons.
Try it in what sense? I don't understand. Try the Visual Studio Code. Like,
Like you've
It's
programmed on it
Editor.
before, at least you've been
yeah,
programming.
oh yeah.
Is it for you?
Huh?
What did you say?
I say yeah, yeah, yeah. I have.
Oh, okay, so about three persons now. So Visual Studio Code is like a general purpose code editor. You can practically use it to code almost anything. Yeah, especially with lightweight programs. Another one I would like recommend to you guys is Rust Rover. Rust Rover is by IntelliJ. They are like one of the serious IDE developers out there, and Rust on Rust Rover is like superb, and it's free at the moment. Um, I don't know when they'll start charging, but it's free at the moment, so you could give it a shot. Or if you have a student email, yeah, you could try using your student email to register there. So those two, apart from having Rust and Solana installed, you need at least one of these. At least one of these. I have both of them on my system, so it won't hurt to have both if your system can, if you have enough memory to accommodate. Yeah. So let's move towards understanding Solana. So there are basically two things on the Solana blockchain, which is account and transactions. Everything on the Solana chain is being handled as accounts, and every interaction with the Solana chain is seen as a transaction. I'm sure I mentioned this last last week. Yeah. So you might want to write this down. Yeah. Solana account on Solana can appear in three different states. They can appear as a simple storage account. Like when I say I don't know which name to use for this. Yeah, it's sorry, more like an account can works as a simple wallet. Yeah, that's the right word. A wallet where holds your tokens, your money. So it basically stores information about how much is in your wallet, how much you have on the Solana blockchain. So that's a simple wallet. Then an account can also exist as somebody's bringing noise here. You might want to mute yourself, please. Um,
So this
okay.
make is unmuted. Please don't
So
mute your
the
mic.
next account type is web. I mentioned
Yes,
program last time. Yeah, program is same thing as smart contracts. So accounts also exist as programs.
sit down.
So when an account is a program, it's usually referred to an an executable account.
Yes, please
Um,
mute your mic.
then lastly, the last type of account is the storage account. It basically stores data that the program interacts with. I don't know if I'm clear with what I just said earlier. So accounts exist as a simple wallet,
Bring him,
a
oh, bring him.
program, and
Bring him.
a storage. Is that clear? So
Yes, sir.
moving further, I'll also like to explain also that when you create your account, for you to start, if you create a public, I'm very sorry, I'm not very good with teaching all this. Yeah,
Come, let's
I'll try
play.
my best to explain as much as I can. A simple account here is made up of a public key and a secret key. Um, the public key here is derived from the secret key, and whoever owns the secret key can do whatever he or she wants on that account. So most times, if you want to receive money or receive any token to your wallet, you usually like share your public key. So anybody that sees your public key can send you money or whatever. Um, Please, can you help mute the person where this noise is coming from, please?
Hey!
I think it's guest. I don't know.
Yeah. Stand up, okay.
Oh God. So
Seems like I can hear this one anything from here. Yes, please, can you mute your mic?
okay. So like I said, what an account is usually made up of a public key and a private key. And the public key is derived from private keys. Yeah. So that's the case most of the time. But in a situation of a storage account, that is account that is being used to store data on the blockchain, yeah, those public keys are usually derived from there's this funny algorithm that helps to derive public keys from series of seeds, and it's called PDA. So storage accounts are derived from PDA, while regular accounts are made from public and private keys. So we'll try something today. So just to demonstrate how a simple account works. So yeah, PDA, yeah, that's the correct word. It stands for public program derived accounts. So those accounts are derived from the program. So the program owns the account. Yeah. So another thing important about accounts is this. There's always an owner of an account. So when you create a simple account, the one you deposit money into and transfer money in and out, those accounts are owned. Though you own it, you own the private key, but the ownership of that account is usually um the system account. You get? Sorry, the system. Yeah, the system account. When I say system account, I mean like the Solana, the main Solana itself owns that account. Yeah, but you own the private key that can control anything in the account. Then PDAs, which is program derived accounts. Those accounts are owned by the program. Yeah. So if you're confused, you could ask questions. Yeah. So PDAs are owned by programs, while normal accounts are owned by system accounts, which you have control over. And about then, lastly, rent. Yeah. When creating accounts and registering it on the Solana blockchain, yeah, you need to pay rent for that account, and those rents are paid in Solana tokens. But you could choose, but there's this rule around paying rent whereby if you pay a 2 year rent, you don't get your rent don't get debited. That means you get to stay rent free for just depositing 2 year worth of rent. So it's a very common practice for people to always deposit significant amount of so while creating accounts. But whenever you choose to close the account, you can you can remove your money, yeah, and then close the account. That's how it works. So for transactions are very simple. Transaction is made up of at least one instruction. So instruction can be anything. I'll show you one today. Instruction can be print a word. Instruction could be to increase a number, decrease a number. Instructions are just straightforward, just to execute a particular thing. So your transactions could be made up of different instructions, and also there's also usually a timestamp that is usually attached to a transaction just to make sure that the transaction has not expired, or more like it's not been long the transaction was created and then you're just executing it. So that's basically for security reasons. And then whenever you're executing a transaction, there's always a need to sign it. So if let's say you're making transfer from one account to another, from your own personal account to someone's account, and then you create an instruction for that, as the owner of that account, you're expected to use your private key to sign that transaction. um that's for security reasons. It's basically the same way when you want to transfer money from your mobile bank, yeah, and you're expected to enter your pin. Yeah, so it's the same way you're requested to sign a transaction with your private key before the transaction gets executed on the chain. Yeah, wallet address is public key. Yeah. So lastly, these are very common commands. Over time, you get used to, and then we'll be using it today to try out a simple program. So if you want to see your public key, you use Solana keygen pub key or Solana address. You get to see your public key. Let's try it. So I'll be trying it here so you see it. So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So writing this, can you guys see what I'm typing?
Yes.
Okay. So to see your public key on your system, you do this, or just simply write Solana address. This is it. To see your balance, you write Solana um, balance, and copy your public key, paste it, and then you can see how much you have in your Solana. What are that? If you want to request for airdrop, also simple. It says Solana airdrop. Airdrop means to give you're requesting like for a free Solana token. It's usually capped at two, and if you have request, I think more than once in a day, you have to wait for 24 hours or so. I think I requested earlier. Let me see if I will get more. Airdrop request failed. You can This can happen when the rate limit is reached. So I've requested for too much Solana airdrop. So I can't request for more again. But I'll show you guys airdrop how to get airdrops elsewhere apart from using this command. And the last one is if you want to see your configuration on Solana, yeah, you do this. You look
Excuse
at
me, I have a question, sir.
okay, yeah.
Okay, when you're requesting for the airdrop, must the public key be added instead of just Solana airdrop and the number of tokens? Must we add the public key?
Yeah, it's compulsory. Yeah, you need to add the public key. If you're getting your balance, you add the public key. If you don't, if you enter another person's public key, it goes to that person. You get. So it's very common. So last thing I wanted
Okay,
to share was
that's why it didn't work. Thank you
what?
very much.
Okay, okay. Last thing I want to share is
That's
Solana
why mine didn't work. I didn't add the public key.
the public key. Oh,
Thank you very
okay,
much.
okay, okay. So lastly, this is how to get your configuration on your Solana. So this is where the config file is located. Solana config file. This is where this is what I'm pointing towards. The DevNet Solana. This the DevNet Solana network, and the most important thing here actually is this key pair part. This is the address to my private my private key, which I mentioned earlier that from the private key I get access to my public key. So this is I should also mention, yeah, for any reason you're not expected to share your public key with anybody. Nobody needs to know your public key. And whenever you're requested to share your public key, it's most likely a fraudulent activity. So don't share your public key. And also I
No,
have to
sorry,
mention,
sir.
yeah.
Did you say public key or private key? You are making a mistake.
Sorry, thank you. It's private key I meant. Public key, you share it. It's very common to share your public key, but private key, please never share your private key. So, lastly, I will be mentioning what's it called? I'll be mentioning this Solana blockchain is basically divided into like three different phase, like three different should I say section. You have since I'm still having questions. Yeah. You can always share your public key because you can't derive the private key from the public key. Yeah. So it's always safe to share your public key. So
Excuse me, sir.
I wanted to mention earlier that the Solana blockchain is usually it's usually three different chains. Yeah. You have the public chain, which is usually referred to as mainnet. Sorry, the main chain usually referred as mainnet. You have the dev net, and you have the local your local test net. So most times you see test nets most times online, but most times you can't really use that. So most times it's dev net when you want to test and allow other people to test. Then if you want to work locally just with yourself, usually is your test net. Yeah. Testnet is what you spin off after installing Solana on your local machine. Then mainnet is when you want to go into production. Yeah, on production you can that's where the real USDC is, the real token, everything. That's where it is. But the DevNet is where everybody comes to play around. You give other people your programs to test. It all happens on the DevNet. So what we are trying to do now today, we're going to be doing it on the DevNet. So I'm going to be deleting this. So we start from the beginning. What you're trying to do here is just a simple hello world program. After this class, you guys can go try it. It's very simple. Yeah. So just
Excuse me, sir. I have a question, please.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go
Experience
ahead.
rent on account.
What?
So I was wondering if I should open a Phantom, if I open a Phantom wallet, I'm automatically given a Solana account, right? Is it a
Yeah,
normal account?
yeah.
So where would the rents be taken from since rents are paid to create accounts on Solana blockchain?
Okay. I'm not really sure how Phantom is doing it, but they are obviously the ones putting the rent you need first. You get, maybe they'll debit it from you later. I don't know, but that rent they just give it to you. Then for the accounts I've been creating myself, I usually deposit the rent myself, but the rent is so small that it's almost nothing. Like it's so insignificant. It's not up to it's I don't think it's up to a naira, 1 naira or so. It's very insignificant. Yeah, that's it. So
Alright.
let's okay. So let's go through this Hello World program. So we'll be writing Rust, yeah, and we'll be using Anchor. If you remember last class, I mentioned Anchor is used to make Rust easy on Solana. So with Anchor, you don't have to think about a lot of things. So on this simple Hello World program, we're going to be writing it. You're going to see where we'll be using the program itself. You'll see functions and you see basic instruction. But this instruction is going to be most likely empty. So this is our guide on how to create this Hello World program. So let's start. To start with this program, yeah, this Hello World program, you have to import the anchor which we'll be using. So this is it. So let me do it. Anchor prelude. Yeah, it's this simple. It takes just one line, and then every program has an ID, and that's what we'll be declaring here. This. So normally, if you're creating like from your local device, let's say you're using Rust or you're using what's it called? You're using Rust. Sorry, you're using Rust Rover or you're using Visual Studio Code, and you're creating this thing on your local machine. Um, Anchor, when you create a new Anchor program, usually the ID is being filled. But in this situation, it's when we build it, that's when the ID will be filled. And you guys will see how it works. So, but for now, we just have to leave it as empty string. The next phase is to create the program. So, so we notify by writing this that this is where the program starts. And the name of this program is Hello World. Um, is there any question? Is my screen blurry? Hello?
Yes, the screen is quite blurry.
So you guys can see what I'm typing right now. What the hell? How do I make this bigger? Hello? Can you guys at least see anything I'm saying? I can't see
I can
anything.
see.
What? It's from the platform, I think. Wow. Wait, you guys can see this. Somebody should respond, please. Can you see this?
We can see this one on the white background.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yes,
we
I
can
exactly.
see
can.
the
Common
slide.
command. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
but you can't see this. Hello,
I see, yeah, but the is
is it that
Okay.
is the text too
Yes,
small?
sir, with you,
It's,
sir.
it seems like we need to zoom our screen before we can actually see that.
Because
Okay,
most of
even
us
if you
can
zoom, you
use
can't see. Even
No,
if you
I can
zoom,
see
land
from my end. Yeah, I can see it.
let me see if there's a way.
You could zoom the Chrome, right? Like this specific page. You can
Yeah,
actually like zoom Chrome.
how do you do that? Uh,
Um, let's see that there's this button, the menu button on the top right corner.
on
On
the
that
top.
really date, yeah, you could see something like zoom. Yeah, just down, 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 down.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
just yeah.
okay. Is this better now?
I
zoom it
think it's
again.
better. Yeah, way better.
Okay, okay. So this where our program starts. Please mute yourself if you're not speaking. So this where the program starts. What we'll be doing next is declaring a function. So function on Rust, we're making it public with this pub. That's what it stands for, public. And function starts with fn. So our function is hello, and it's customary to enter what we call context. And this is what a context looks like. I'll come back here to fill this, and then I'm forgetting something. Okay, the results, the response. This is used to define response, and it's usually this. Oh, good. This is what a response look like. So this is a simple function, and then I'm going to get instruction. Instruction starts with this. Instruction is usually referred to as accounts here. And just to be clear, I'm not missing it. Let me just check. Okay, sorry. Usually derive, then account. Over time, you get to understand why it's being referred to as this. So it's usually a struct of, we'll call it hello. And you guys, does anybody know what a struct is? Anybody? Okay. Seems everybody else knew the struct. So so what we'll be doing now is this is basically our instruction, and then we'll be passing it into our context. So what we have here is, sorry, hello, not accounts. Yeah, and what you're expected to return is an okay. That's to say the our transaction was successful. But in this situation, we don't just want to return okay. We want to print out something, like want to make, so that we'll know that our transaction was completed. So what we'll do is print hello world. So this is simple, and in its simplest form, this a transaction. Sorry, not a transaction. This is a function. This is an instruction. So the instruction is, sorry. Sometimes I get these things confused. Sorry, this is a function, yeah, and everything that goes into this bracket you see here, that's what makes it. That's what makes an instruction. So this is a collection of accounts that is used to make um, to execute an instruction. So over time, we'll get familiar with these things, and then at this very basic stage, I just want you guys to know this. This is where the entire instruction is. Hello is a collection of accounts. as you can see here, and this is a function. So with this, we can now go ahead and build our program to see if it will compile. It's very normal for you to on your first try to build a program and it fails. You're going to see instructions on how to fix that. So there's an error here, at least one I can see that I made mistake with. So I'll attempt to build it so we'll see what the error is and try to fix it. So it says build error. Is there any question? Okay. Whoa. What did I just there? Okay, I'll try to build. So I have a couple of errors here, and can't find context. Like the word context is not even recognized, and one of the, what caused it is because I missed one instruction. Yeah, um, I missed one thing, which is to use the word super. Yeah, so when you use the word super, you're invoking a couple of instructions from from Anchor. Remember, we're depending on Anchor a lot. So I'll attempt to build again. So we'll try this over until we have a successful build. So um said let's start from the top. Sorry. Let me clear this so that I know what I'm building. To clear, type the word clear. What is all this? Hello. Oh,
Can anybody hear
sorry. Yeah, sorry. I had issues with my internet. I'm going to try my best to finish this as quick as possible. So please, you guys just stay with me. Okay. So back to our Solana program. So I'm just going to reload this. My internet really messed things up. So, so back to trying to build unresolved macro. Um, just to be sure I'm doing the right thing. Sorry, this is Anchor Lang, not Anchor. So fixed. So you can see it's asking me syntax expected semicolon. So
I
add
can't
the,
see your screen. Sorry.
okay. I was not sharing it. I'm very sorry. So let me share again. So So I just added the necessary things here. Everything is here. So I'll just go over trying to build this again. Um, it asked me to remove this, and let me try building again. Build successful. So now we can go ahead. Remember, I said when we attempt to build, this public key is going to this, what's it called, ID is going to like come up. So I'll try to deploy now. So you're deploying to what's it called, our DevNet. So deploying. So but before you deploy, you need to have Solana tokens. So deploying. So one transaction not confirmed, retrying, deployment success. I don't know why it's asking me to change my RPC setting from here, but it says successful. So let's see on the RPC endpoint from the setting. What does it want me to do? Okay, so let me a different DevNet. So current endpoint is not responsive. So let me try a different DevNet. Alchemy. Um, you guys should give me a minute, please. I just need to reply a text from someone. I'm very sorry. Um, give me a minute, please. Okay, I'm back. So for some reason, we've not been able to get a functioning DevNet. Why? Let's see. Connection error. Please try changing your endpoint from settings. I didn't notice this earlier. Program is not deployed. DevNet. Seems no DevNet is working at this point. Okay, now we have one. The we have one DevNet working. So now this is our hello program, our hello world program, and we have one instruction hello. Since I have do I have a message? Okay, we've resolved this. So going back to this. So hello. So we can test this. So it's executing because we don't need to enter anything. So test pass hello, hello passed, and I'm looking for how to actually execute this. So you can see the message itself. This is just basically testing it. Um, give me a minute. Let me see. Mm, so to execute this outside the test, I'm sorry, I didn't really make provisions for that at the moment. Oh God, why am I getting these things mixed up? So on the client side, um, what we can do is this. I don't know if I can do this very fast for you guys. So um, const let's just check how to make a transaction on Solana. That should be easy, but um, I'm not exactly sure how to do it on Anchor Playground right now. So you guys should just pardon me. We still have a class next tomorrow. That would be the first thing I'm going to do before we proceed with the class. Is there any question? Okay. So but from here you could see our tests works. Yeah, so the program is okay. This is our program and this is our client side. So our next class, I'll just make sure I show you guys how to do this. And I'm very sorry we have to end the class here, and I'll get back to you guys on Friday. Are you guys cool with that? Any question? Hello.
Uh,
Okay, you can always reach me on Twitter. Yeah. So ask a question. Yeah. Any question? Hello.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, it seems there is no question.
Sorry, I
Um,
have
So,
a question.
Victoria, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Uh, I wanted to know if there's going to be any material for us to look at while we wait for the next class or while we prepare for the next class.
Okay, yeah, this is what I will recommend. So, when you go to, please, you can mute yourself. So, when you go to to this Solana playground, I provided this link last week. I'm going to drop it here. So, when you go here, then click on tutorials, and then you see a couple of tutorials here. So what we did was just hello world, and the next one you guys should try the counter. It's a simple program. We'll try it next week when I come around. So next week, sorry, on Friday, not next week. So if you could try, just try it. So what we did today was just execute the hello world program. So this, if you're ambitious, you could go further than this. There are a lot of exercises you could try here, but we'll try this counter program next week and I'll explain to you guys how it works. So for this week, what we just did was a simple hello world program. Like I said, the important thing is your instruction. All your instruction goes here. Your account goes into context, which is this, and you have your program and your program ID here. So on Friday, first thing we'll do is to call this program from our client side. That is from our JavaScript. Okay. So anybody, any other question?
yeah, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
You made mention about installing Solana and Rust. Are we installing it on the playground?
Okay, no, you're installing it on your local machine.
Oh, I don't.
If you do that, you'll be able to execute these commands I did earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. So next person.
Okay, I wanted to know if it's possible for someone to write a code in VS Code, then come over, copy everything, come over to the playground and execute it. Will it work?
Okay, next week we wouldn't have to even use the playground. We'll do it in VS Code, so you see how to write from VS Code and deploy from VS Code. It's as easy as using playground itself. In fact, that's what I use most of the time. Next
Sorry, sir.
person.
Secondly, like those program you wrote down, can you give it? Can you write it down somewhere where we can, like, see it and try to do something?
Okay, I'll not be writing it. Yeah, instead,
Or
everybody should go
do
to
we get it?
sopg.io. Yeah, go to tutorials.
Okay.
You get go to
Yeah.
tutorials, and then you see a couple of how do you um go to tutorials, and you're supposed to, sorry, go back. Yeah, then you see a bunch of tutorials here. So what we tried was hello with Anchor, not Solana. Hello with Anchor. Yeah. So if you use Python, I don't use Python. You, if you want to do hello world with Python, use this. So try this if you want to go over what we did earlier. And then counter. If you could try this before our next class on Friday, I'll be super proud of you guys.
We can actually see your screen. It's a reference to something.
Wait, fuck. I stopped sharing. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, no.
Please, anytime I'm not sharing and I'm saying things like I'm sharing, please just draw my attention to it. So this anchor, this is what we executed. Yeah, if you go to this pg.io, go to tutorials, that's the fourth tab. Then you see a couple of programs. Let's just take this anchor because we'll only be dealing with things in anchor. So we did the first exercise. So you can go over it today so you don't forget it. Yeah, just the way we did it earlier, you could do it again. And then counter program. That's what we'll be doing next week. So if there's any confusion, just let me know. Just let me know. Reach out to me via Twitter. And if you have it while writing your program, there's always this set of instructions to guide you through it. It's very simple. It's very easy. Anyway, you're confused, hit me up. Any more question? Um,
Okay, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. This is just like it's general base, right?
Yeah,
Just to understand, is Rust the original language for building on Solana? Because I'm also seeing you were trying to write some TypeScript earlier on. So I just want to understand, is it like Ethereum where you build the front end with JavaScript and you build the major smart contract with
sure.
Solidity? Or is it similar in that pattern, or is it something different, or you can actually use any language? I'm trying to understand the whole context.
Okay, it's the same thing, like similar. You use TypeScript for your front end, and you use Rust for the Solana program, or we call it smart contract. So yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, sorry. So
Yeah,
um since it's like more like a learning curve for on two aspects, you will have to learn Rust and also learn the Solana whatever, right? What
yeah.
aspect of Rust do you recommend we we understand, because rust in itself has a very high learning curve,
Oh,
right? So there's
okay.
also the, yeah, if you learn the basic syntax of Rust, the word some people recommend we learn like the asynchronous aspect, like those general normal aspect of Rust, right? Do you also recommend we go into those aspects, or we can just dive straight in after understanding the syntax of Rust in itself?
Okay, that's a very important question. We need just the very basic syntax of Rust. So if you learn the different variable types and how to declare a function and call it, then you learn struct. That's about it. You're good.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, that's about it. And I guess we'll call it a day. Yeah. So see you guys next week. Sorry, not next week. On Friday, I believe. Yeah, bye.
Okay. Hi, Uncle Toad.
Yeah.
Oh, good evening. Thank you so much for today's session.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
yeah.
Bye.
Um, okay. All right, guys. We'll see you guys in I think tomorrow's class. If you've been given any tasks, please try and do it. Thank you for coming on board.